Hello.
Hello, Mark. Hi. I'm Kate from New Zealand.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. What a pleasure.
Okay, look at how you're themed
Oh, look,
to
isn't
the
it ridiculous?
movie.
But he is my favourite. Present company accepted.
No, R2 has saved more lives than any other character in the movies. Truly.
Excellent. I'm glad you agree, and you're right. He's always there.
Right, and he gets no credit.
No.
I got a medal. He didn't get a medal.
Where was his? That is so unfair.
I know.
I'm glad you feel the same.
No, it's just droid discrimination.
I completely agree. Pleasure. Thank you so very much.
Of course.
What is it about Luke that mainlines immediately into my inner 10-year-old and resonates with fans, generations of him?
Well, George was very clever to include a character that was unthreatening. He wasn't particularly gifted in any way. He was average intelligence. He was very relatable to adolescents who are anxious to discover what's over the horizon for them. He wasn't physically imposing. And so I think especially young people felt most comfortable around Luke. You know, Han Solo was a little scary because he was a womanizer and a gambler and cynical. Leia was royalty, and that can make people feel a little uncomfortable. So there's always one character in Wizard of Oz. It was Dorothy that was the most relatable. So that's the gateway to the fantastic characters that he meets later on. But he changed, you know, more than any of the other characters. I think he matured into, a young trainee and eventually a Jedi in the what I thought was going to be my final appearance in the franchise. But what a surprise to be back.
Here you are.
Yeah.
How great that is too. You talk about Leia and the extraordinary legacy that Carrie leaves, both within this universe and obviously far beyond it. How do you feel this film, The Last Jedi, will work as a lasting testament to her?
Well, she's wonderful in the film. I met her when she was 19 years old, and gosh, that's 41 years that I knew her, and we had our ups and downs. There were years where I didn't see her. We've sort of scoffed at the notion that we were brother and sister. I remember when they told us, they took us aside and said, well, here's the thing, because it wasn't in the script. We're going to discover that Luke and Leia are brother and sister. And I have some Luke-like qualities. Luke's always like slow to recognize what's right in front of him. He doesn't recognize Ben Kenobi, you know, and he's right there. He shoos Yoda away. Get out of my, I'm looking for a great Jedi Master, expecting some 6'2", type. So, and that's relatable too. I mean, he's not the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree, but he learns. And I remember when they said, your brother and sister, I thought for a moment, and I said, wait a second, if I'm Leia's brother, and she's Princess Leia, and this is a very innocent question and sincere, does that make me royalty? And Carrie immediately said, no! I said, okay, Carrie, I'm just asking. I mean, come on. But she was very sort of protective of that status. You know, she was Hollywood royalty. I grew up in a family, we didn't know anybody in showbiz. We didn't know anybody who knew anybody in show business. And yet, Carrie's parents were a movie star and a recording star. So she fit the part to a T. She was so funny and so fun to be around. She could be exasperating as all get out. You know, it just drove me crazy. You know, when you're late, you're just telling people that your time is more important than, so like siblings, we'd bicker. And then, of course, it was impossible to stay angry with her. You know, she'd just look up at you with those big brown eyes and say, should I not have done that? And your heart would melt. So in a way, I'm really selfishly angry that she's not here. Even now, she'd be behind you, giving you rabbit ears and giving me the middle finger, which was one of her favorite things to do. We called it the Carrie one-finger salute. But I know that she would also want us to not be consumed with grief, to enjoy ourselves, because that's what she was all about, enjoying every single moment.
You must miss her.
Oh, terribly. It's awful. I mean, I still can't fully get my head wrapped around it. I mean, I think of her in the present tense, not in the past. And then, of course, you see her in the movie, and it just gets me because it gives the film an air of melancholy it doesn't really deserve. We want the drama to be up on the screen, not in real life. But it's almost part of what the Star Wars films are all about. It's triumph and tragedy, and there's no doubt this is tragic beyond belief.
I am being wrapped. I am. Thank you very much. And it's the first time.
We're just getting started.
I know. I feel exactly the same way.